Here's Alyx inside of XSI, very cool. Check this out. I'm just going to step through the frames really quick, and what you can see here is all the different facial animations baked into the character. Want to mention how they?
So we have 34 of these different object muscle movements, and this work is based on the research of Dr. Paul Ekman in terms of facial meaning and expressions. So we come up with a basic syntax of human facial movement, and then we can combine these in the engine to create any facial expression that we need to. You can see that we've got a range of stuff for the eyes and some facial expressions, and then a lot of information about different mouth positions that we can blend through to get any phoneme shape.
If we back out a little bit, we can also see we have a rig on here, very nice XSI rig, modification of the XSI rig, and I understand you've actually enhanced the rig even further than what we have here, correct?
Yeah, actually what we're not showing here is that we have interpolator bones on the shoulders, elbows, wrists, and all the difficult places. And we're doing a really interesting thing with that. We take target positions and we set up a default angle that interpolator bone wants to be at so that you don't get spaghetti shoulders. And then when we export the model, we actually throw those bones away, although they're enveloped to, and then in the engine we process those procedurally at runtime, so it makes it a lot quicker. We don't have to save all the animations for the interpolators.
Actually, go ahead and just going to export this into the model viewer really quick. So just to show you, it's all live and hooked up and real. I'm just going to add a keyframe, just something kind of weird. Maybe put a keyframe on her arm just to give her a weird. There you go. She lifted her arm up. That was good. So what we're going to do here is now go to the export tool, and you can see we have a custom SMD exporter. This is the valve format, so we're just going to go call this, I don't know, call this alyx XX, whatever. Give it a funny name, cool. So this is going to take about a minute or so. Basically what it's going to do is export all this first in the .xsi file format and basically do a conversion on that to get it into the .smd format, and then we'll just compile that further so we can actually get it into the model viewer. What's neat here is all the facial shapes that are baked in there will then be morph targets inside the model viewer, so we can actually smoothly blend between the different shapes, and I'll show you that in just a second here. Anything you want to mention about the SMD file format? Or?
What we do to export the SMD, another thing that helps us with Softimage, is that they export a .xsi first and then an SMD out from there, which is our kind of intermediary file format. And we set it up so that we don't export any objects that aren't enveloped. So all of our root nodes and handles for all of our rigs basically get thrown away. So we've reduced our bone count drastically from what we had in our old platform just with the exporter. Also, I wanted to mention that the way we set up the facial animation is in another program that we have called FacePoser, where you can set up spline relationships between all of these facial targets.
This is a little text file that basically describes to the compiler what information we want to compile. So I'm just going to go ahead and change this to the file name that we just export, and the sequence is going to be called walk limp. So what I'll do here is just save this. I don't know why I called it limp, but that's all right. And if I double click on this, it basically launches the compiler, and now we're actually compiling it into the native model format, and we can take a look at that in just a second in the model viewer. What's also cool here is just a rumor. There's a rumor that you might actually be able to use a version of XSI to actually do this yourself. And one of the cool things about the original Half-Life was the mod community went crazy, and I remember going around as Homer Simpson, that was my character, and whacking everybody with a crowbar because you could build your own models. Soon you'll be able to do that with XSI and actually get those in your game in the Half-Life engine as well. So something very cool to look forward to there.
Which version is that?
I don't know. It's I'm not really sure what version that is. It's I'm not saying nothing. Let's just say that something good is in the works. How's that? All right, I think we're done. Cool. So let's take a look at the little work that we just did. So we're gonna launch the model viewer, and just gonna load up a model, and the one I want is this one here, and we can go ahead and switch it to the sequence. There it is. If I pan back a little bit, wrong key. I'm used to the hotkeys in XSI to orbit my camera around. To forgive my navigation skills. So there we go. So you can see her arm popped up. We popped in there, and check the eyes out. This is one of the absolute great things, and just the way the eyes will track around like that. You can see she's very much following where we're looking, or where we're facing. And if I pan back a little bit, get used to the controls have also the ability to change and morph those different face targets. So each one of those hard keyframes are now sliders. We can actually just slide and blend exactly how much of each one of those facial positions we want in our overall effect. So I can give her a nice big smile if I like, or give her a little sneer here if we like, something good. So just a wide range of shapes that are just easily created. You create them in XSI, and it just compiles, and then here they are inside the viewer. You want to touch on that, or?
No, I think that's good.
Cool.